Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Paragon the John coming back at you with another video. Welcome back to the channel. You could have clicked any video on the internet, but you chose on your own free will to click this one right here. Guys, I'm here to tell you that half of success in life is cutting off negative people in your life. Okay? When it comes to success or pursuing endeavors or pursuing dreams or pursuing businesses or whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, that you're trying to do to the best of your ability, that you're trying to achieve success in, whether it be materially, whether it be financially, whether it be spiritually, whatever the case may be, half of that battle is going to be cutting off or removing toxic or negative individuals that are currently in your life. And if you're a human being in this modern society today, odds are you probably have at least one or two in your life, or you have in the past. Now, the reason why people can stop us from achieving things in life is because a lot of your old friends from your past, they love negativity, they love toxicity, they love drama, they love chaos, they love jealousy, all this kind of stuff. They love partying, they love drinking, they love smoking. A lot of these people, and I'm not trying to judge people, I've done a fair amount of that myself, and of course you guys have as well, but at a certain point when you're trying to better your life, when you're trying to go down a good path, when you're trying to elevate your life, in any way, you're trying to achieve any kind of goal, whatever it is, you are going to have friends, or people that you assigned friend to, that label, who are going to turn on you, so essentially, right? To put it bluntly, who are going to go against you because they're jealous of what you're doing. You know what I mean? The reality is, if you have friends in your life, they are jealous of what you're doing in life, okay? If they're not doing anything with themselves, you know what I mean? If they just want to sit around and drink all day, they want to sit around, work some shitty job that they hate, complain about it, date some toxic girl or date some toxic guy and not do anything about the situation, or they just want to, smoke weed all day, or they just want to play video games. They don't want to do anything, and you're the person that does want to do something with your life. You're not going to mesh anymore. You're not going to mesh. You're not going to have the same mindset. You're not going to have the same kind of worldview, really, because people that want to just exist and people that want to do more are very different types of people. You're almost like a completely different species of human. And, again, like, moving forward in life, a lot of times you got to roll solo for a period of time. I'm not saying you should be this, hermit type of person that never socializes. Of course not. I socialize from time to time with good people, and you guys should do that too for your own mental health. But the point here is, the overall arching point is that oftentimes in life, when you really want to become successful in whatever it is that you're doing, or you really are serious about your life, you really want to elevate what your life, or you have a dream that you're really passionate about, whatever it is, you will have friends in your life who are not on that type of path, who are actually on a more self-destructive path, and you have to get away from those types of people, because a lot of times they will want to drag you back down to where they're at. They will not want to see you rise. They will become jealous of your success or your prospect of success, because again, a lot of people are not on that route. The other half of success is doing the work, being talented, being hardworking, being dedicated, putting in absurd amounts of effort, having confidence, all this sort of stuff, doing more work than the people around you. Of course, that's the other half of success, but a big part of it, again, is just removing the wrong people from your life that could potentially bring you down. A lot of people think, and a lot of people have this mentality where they have to remain connected with all the people that they grew up with in their hometown. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody cuts anybody off. Nobody ever does anything like that. They remain connected with the same quote-unquote so-called friends that they had in middle school and in high school, or in the neighborhood they grew up in, or whatever. Like, a lot of people have this mindset where they feel like they have to be like a people pleaser. They feel like they have to please all these people that they grew up with and never outgrow anyone, all this kind of stuff, or they feel like, if anyone invites me to something, I'm just obligated to go, and like I have to do all this type of stuff. I can never take time for myself to pursue any kind of meaningful goals or anything like that. Like, they feel like they're obligated to be like some people pleaser. Guys, I'm here to tell you that you do not have to be a people pleaser, okay? If you're on your own journey, you're on your own path in life. You're on your own journey. You're on your own journey. You're on your own path in life. Everyone's on their own timeline. God is going to make things happen for you in your life. on his timing. I know a lot of my friends, kind of in the early to mid 20s, they sort of took a bit of a different route in life. They took more of like this escapism sort of route where they just wanted to, like, they hated what they were doing so much. They hated their life so much to where they wanted to drink all the time. They wanted to party every single second they got. They were not serious about their life. They didn't care about their health. They didn't care about what they ate. They didn't care about what they drank. They didn't care about who they surrounded themselves with. They just wanted to, if there was a group of people, they wanted to be around them. If there was an alcoholic beverage, they wanted to drink it. If there was some marijuana, they wanted to smoke it. Whatever it is, it's like, or, a lot of your toxic so-called friends are on this type of thing where it's like, if they like to get piss drunk every single weekend and escape their reality, well, they're going to expect you, if you're their friend, to get pissed drunk and escape your reality with them every single weekend. But if you're the person who's not about that, they may feel a certain type of way about you. They may give you some energy where it's like, oh, I guess Jimmy thinks he's cooler than us now. Yeah. Fucking Brandon thinks he's better than we are. He thinks he's cool now. He doesn't drink and party like us. He thinks he's better than us and all this kind of bullshit, guys. Has nothing to do with that whatsoever. You're trying to better your life. You're not trying to follow the crowd. You don't need to fit in desperately. You don't need validation. You don't need to party all the time. You've done plenty of partying in your past. You're kind of past that at this point. You like to have fun, of course. I'm not saying don't have fun, but when you got toxic, negative people in your life that want to spread toxicity and negativity, and you want to better your life and become successful, and you don't want anything to do with that, you're gonna have to remove yourself from people like that. When you're this type of person, guys, you will find that you will have to cut a lot of people off, and it's not because you're like some asshole or you're some bitch or whatever. It's because you're protecting yourself. It's because you understand that who you surround yourself with is going to largely determine your path. You know what I mean? Like, if you surround yourself with 5 people that do drugs and play video games all day, well, you're going to be the 6th. If you surround yourself with 5 people that get after it in life and have a positive head on their shoulders and a positive attitude and want to grow and want to elevate and have empathy for other human beings, you will be the 6th, guys. Life is largely about who you surround yourself with. And again, half of that battle of success, of pursuing your dream, pursuing your goal, pursuing your aspirations, is getting rid of toxic, negative people in your life that may potentially want to hold you back from doing those type of things. Because again, if they're not doing those things themselves, if they're not on that path themselves, then they're going to feel a certain type of way about you, the person who is bettering their life, okay? The person who has a positive attitude, the person who is on a more just healthy trajectory in life, generally speaking, in all aspects, okay? And listen, I'll even say this too, guys. Most people around you are NPCs anyway. Like, I read something online that said something along the lines of most people don't even have an internal monologue. Like, only 15 to 30% of people even have an internal monologue. So it's like, when you take that information in, when you hear that, what do you think? You think, well, only 15 to 30% of people are even sentient. Only 15 to 30% of people are even player characters anyway. Everybody else is an NPC. Everybody else is running on autopilot. Everybody else is running on cognitive dissonance. Everybody else is, they don't even have anything going on behind their eyes anyway. So the point here is, don't really take all these toxic people, these negative people, too seriously, guys. You can absolutely achieve things in life if you're willing to do what it takes to do so and remove the negative people from your life, guys. So yeah, and again, I'm not trying to say that you're some perfect person or you're some flawless individual who's never gone through hardship or anything like that. Of course not, guys. A lot of you have gone through hardship very early in your life, which caused you to grow into the adult that you are now. A lot of times people that become successful as adults go through very, very hard, traumatic, life-changing type of events when they're young, which is what gives them the mindset that they have as an adult, to have the ambition, to have the drive, to be able to work as hard as they do. It gives them the level of peace, again, and all this type of stuff because of everything they've gone through in the past. And anyways, guys, I don't want to drag this one out too long. You guys kind of get the message. You guys kind of get the point. Half of success is cutting off negative people. Okay, so if you made it this far into the video, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for bearing with me with my shirtlessness. I tried my best throughout the video to not show my man nipples to you guys. You know what I mean? I don't want to make you guys more uncomfortable than you already are, right? Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all of you. Your view is greatly appreciated. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more on this video if you guys like this sort of content, if you guys agree, and let me know your perspective in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.